Oh shit, that didn't work at all. I just bonered my page.
Yo, what's up, guys? Joker here, back for episode 21 of TGW here with Brian and Brian. It's probably going to get confusing. We were already getting confused before the show starts, but we got our guest this week is Brian from BadSeedTech. Got his link down in the description below. Definitely go check out his channel. Good tech videos and all that. But what's going on, guys?
Yeah, he's I just got to say, Brian P. He's the badass of tech, man. Like, you don't sub to his channel, he's going to come around your house, you know. Rob you, steal your girlfriend.
I'm gonna send guys to your house. I'm not gonna come personally.
Send the mob, you know.
You gotta sit around the boys, you know.
Yeah. I can't get my own hands dirty. That's not how you do it.
That's not how G's do it, man. You gotta stay on the outside.
So people requested the suit. It's on for you guys this week. So get excited, like go at it in the comments.
I was pretty excited about that sweater vest, but then you covered it up with that jacket.
Yeah.
You got to be roasting in that thing, man. I'd be dying right now and all that. That's a lot of layers you got going on.
So personal news, yeah? You want to go first, Joker, or what? Or we'll go with Brian P first. Personal news, man. You go
personal.
First.
Well, before personals, let's let Brian pitch his channel and tell people a little bit about what he's doing over there with BadSeedTech, what you're doing on your channel.
BadSeedTech is something I started just because I was getting into PC building again, and it just seemed like the next logical step because I used YouTube a lot, with like you, Joker, and Jay's 2 cents, and even Linus to an extent to kind of figure out where I was going. But there was still a lot of questions unanswered, and I was just terribly unimpressed with forums and the information you get in the forums. So I sought out to kind of answer some of the questions that maybe were still a little confusing for me that I needed to dumb down a shade. When I was building, and that's how it all got started. And then I just decided to go crazy and start blowing a bunch of money on high-end hardware, and that was it.
Just went hit.
Did you have any negative influences as far as your expending was concerned on hardware?
Oh God, plenty. I mean, if you look at Jay's camera setup, you're gonna have to get a mortgage for your house to, by the time you get done with the DSLR rig. And even Jerry Barnacle over there sporting some serious high-end full-frame cameras and that kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Actually, Joker, you were pretty instrumental in telling me, don't go balls out with the camera. Just get yourself a good sensor and some good glass, and you'll be good to go.
Well, yeah, pretty much. As long as you got that and you got good lighting, because you could spend money on like a 5DS Mark III. Like, yeah, it's full frame, but it's
thing is ridiculously expensive.
it's really just a low light monster. But if you've got yourself a good set of studio lights, you really don't need awesome low light performance anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're going to be filming your tech videos in the dark, which I wouldn't really suggest you doing.
No, it'd be kind of a weird vibe.
No, but I like the little style you got going. How you're kind of like at the desk, like a news reporter, like all that, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do green screen right off the bat, just because I wanted to have some fun with it, and then it wound up being a pretty comfortable fit, so I just ran with it.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thanks.
What about you, other original Brian?
Original, okay, I'm the original. Nothing. This last week has just been me making some content with that failed motherboard. I haven't whacked it in the oven yet. Someone said whack it in the oven. I will do that because that is actually a legitimate last failed hope.
What? Oh, the motherboard?
Whatever. Yeah, just whack it in the oven. See how it goes.
I've heard that about graphics cards. Someone was like, "Oh, if you got a bad graphics card, just put it in a toaster oven." I was like, "I don't think that works."
Well, it like literally probably eight times out of 10 you'll brick it it'll be even more bricked than what you did. Put it in.
Is the heat just meant to like loosen up like the thermal paste or what? Like
the soldering. It's meant to loosen up the soldering a little bit.
Oh my!
So that's real. That's not just a troll to get you to throw your video card in the oven.
Like it's
that's
real.
Crazy.
Like,
it's real, but it is literally a last ditch effort.
Yeah, it's your last hope at that point.
Yeah, that's what they call your Hail Mary, but yeah, it's not going to work most of the time. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
So, because you got to get the temperature pretty much right. Hey, if your temperature's too hot, it's fucked. Too low, not going to do anything. So, yeah, so that's about it. That's all I've been doing, really. I don't know. What else? Has cleaned up my house. That's about it. So, not a lot. And then I got sick, so I had to call in sick yesterday to work because I was actually sick. Had a cold. So my voice is probably a little bit different still today. So
Yeah.
And what about you, man? You got to tell us, spill the beans. What's been going on the last week?
Nothing really at all, man. Just, living the life of gaming and tech pretty much. Just working on videos basically. I've been going at it hard on videos.
Yeah, you've been putting a lot of stuff out.
Like almost like 2 a day. Well, it's that time of the year, man. All these like new games, news about the games and tech, there's so much stuff coming out. It's a crazy time of year, so you got to stay busy. It's like the way I look at it is like summer. I felt like I was dormant basically because there was nothing. It's like there was no games like coming out. I was like, man, I just need the summer to be over because it just felt like such a slog this year.
Well, did that what's its face? Did that YouTube truck back in your driveway with full of potato chips?
No, not yet.
Okay, not yet. Okay,
Not yet.
and you might get a sandwich with it too.
No, but I did get that really crappy keyboard that you had sent to my house with the
Yeah.
worst RGB lighting I've ever seen in my life.
Well, we like if the switches are good though, we can give it away.
Well, it's got the
Like, if it's good-
it's got the same switches as that other AULA keyboard I reviewed. The exact same like switches with the rubber domes kind of inside to protect it from spills. But other than that, it's got like, and they've got rid of the glossy finish. So they've done some things right with it, but the RGB lighting on it is so poorly done. Like you can't control it at all. Maybe at the end of the show during our Q&A, if we have time, I'll show it to people.
does Bad say? Do you have a mechanical keyboard, dude?
Yeah, I do. I'm currently using the what is this? A Razer Black Widow Ultimate, which I'm not.
See,
I'm not
No,
proud of per se because it's it
to
is
be
what it
honest
is.
though, like let's be honest, I actually like Razer's keyboards. I know I might cop some hate for that, but I actually think their keyboards and their mouse pads and their mice are really good.
Their Black
Like-
Widow Tournament Edition, the 10 keyless, is actually really nice.
Besides the durability with Razer, that's the only thing I don't like is that, I had a friend who bought a keyboard and like it broke down in a week. And it's like, what?
Well, I think that's a bad keyboard. You can't really chalk that up to being Razer's fault.
No, I mean I don't.
Their
I beat
green
this thing to
switches
death.
But
good.
I've just heard like a lot of crap about the durability of Razer products. That's all.
Well,
Like,
I have not had
forums.
any issue with that.
I've heard some people
Yeah.
tell me that they absolutely swear by the green switches on Razer, that they like them better than a lot of the cherry keys. The green switches.
Yeah, but
are
that's what I
sweet
mean.
to the
Like, I
keyboard.
love their keyboards. I think those orange switches or whatever they're putting in, I reckon they're good. Like, yeah, the greens, that's right. The green and orange. I think it's good how they're
Yeah.
doing their own designs. I really like it. Like, people ask me for a recommendation for a Cherry MX Blue. I'm like, you should try the Razer greens because they're not bad.
I say go with the Philco Magis Touch.
Yeah. So,
Those things are fucking elite. But anyway, you want to get into our first topic, and we got it. Well, I'll let you lead in, Brian, because we got tech this week, first in time in like a month or so.
that's
We're-
it, guys.
We're
It's
leading in
finally.
we're leading in with the tech, and then go to the gaming.
Yeah. Well, you're going to watch the view count is going to be the most this week because people want the tech.
Well, we already got 69 people watching.
That's it. Well, so yeah, this week on the news, the biggest piece of news that I have seen personally, this interests me the most out of a lot of tech news I've seen, and I never thought I'd see the day where you could put a GeForce and a Radeon card together. Like,
Yeah, this is
what?
amazing.
And it's actually working. Like, the game is running off both these graphics cards working together.
Yeah, it just sees it. The one thing that impressed me is just as an SLI user, it just sees it as one card now. It just sees it as one single entity, and so that way you're not going to be bothered by like video memory restriction or anything like that. Everything should just scale up like infinitely. It shouldn't even have to worry about scaling. It's just going to work. It just is.
I feel
but
like this
this
is
is
like
the
this is like the tech equivalent of the Berlin Wall coming down right now.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you're right on the money. So the interesting thing with this is that the Fury X and the 980 Ti beat every other Frankenstein combo in there. Like Fury X plus a Fury, I thought that would have done better. A Titan X
Right.
plus a 980 Ti, I thought that would have killed it. But
Right.
no, the Fury X plus the 980 Ti did the best.
I think that maybe that's because they're so close in comparison. Maybe. Do you think maybe that has anything to do with it? Because they're so.
I
close?
think they're both. I honestly think they're both utilizing each other's benefits. Like they've both got their own strengths.
Even the-
and
yeah,
they're
the Fu-
utilizing. If you're saying it works as one card, then they've both got things
just
to offer.
like-
One does tessellation better, the other does this better. So I think they're utilizing each other's strengths.
Yeah, that's amazing. That even like that's beating out like a 980 Ti running together with a Titan X. Even Nvidia
Dude, that's-
Nvidia
that's-
pairings
Yeah.
with a higher end GPU. Not Titan X is unarguably better than a Fury X.
Yeah. So what's your thoughts on this, Bad Seed? What do you think, dude? 'Cause
I think it's I mean, I think it's pretty amazing, man. I'm actually, I'm pretty stoked on the idea of building a machine that's actually running both at the same time. I know
See,
we were
that's
kind
what I was thinking too.
we were kind of chatting earlier about just the backlash that I think is going to come when you look at the specs, and it's like with the AMD card in the driver's seat, they're getting better performance on the benchmarks. I think AMD guys they're gonna have a field day with this one. Fanboys are gonna eat this one up.
Oh yeah, man! It's because AMD is the carry,
Yeah.
and the Nvidia's is the support. That you just can't
There you go.
argue with that, guys.
There you go. It's logic right there.
Well,
It's science.
I think it's because the AMD is stronger computationally. I think that's what it is.
I think I have got no idea, because you'd have to ask the devs who made the games. You'd have to freaking the answer would be a lot more simple. I mean, a lot more complex than it seems in this case. Like, I really would have no idea why that's happening. Because you can for instance, you look at the 980 Ti plus the Fury X. It's running just a little bit lower than the Fury X plus the 980 Ti. But then you look at the 980 Ti plus the Titan X, and that's running a lot lower. Like, that's running significantly lower.
Yeah.
So, and then the Fury X plus the Fury is running significantly lower than these other two.
Yep.
So you can't put that down to say, oh, okay, this one's better than this one. It's like, no, I don't know what's up there. Like, literally, I don't know what's going on there. That's just weird.
Yeah.
So.
And just real quick to answer a question, someone was asking for the link for the article. We have all of our topics for the show, just like always, are down in the description box below. Just if you want to follow along, you can open them all up on your tabs, and you could follow along in order as we're going through everything.
But this is the coolest thing to come out. If you turn to the last page, they got the mid-range GPUs, and now you look at the 7970 and the 680. That's pulling like 66% of what the 980 Ti and the Fury X were getting. I think it's medium. I think they changed the quality settings, though. I've got to double check that. But that would be cool for people getting into computers on a budget, and they want to take advantage of OpenCL, CUDA, and they just want this Frankenstein rig on a budget. Like, that really interests me, is the 7970 plus the 680.
Yeah.
So I reckon that'd be cool to have them, because they're going out so cheap now, man. On eBay, you can get a 680, like $100 and something, and
especially if you're like,
770.
especially just because of the fact, maybe like lower end cards, people that are going to be wanted to upgrade it. They've got like, okay, I'm coming from a 760 and I'm going to be upgrading to a new 960 now. I can just go ahead and slap them both in a rig and get some more performance. Like, why get rid of the old card now if you can just go ahead and Frank and build it together?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Frankenstein, man. Like, my headphone amp and my DAC are like Frankenstein.
Like, this
Put the competitors' products together.
This just like screams like PC to me. Just like, expandability, being able to do what you want with your hardware. This is like the ultimate for that. It's like now there's like almost like no limits. Like, what's next? Dual Xeon boards with an 8350 and a fucking i7 slapped together.
Yeah.
Like, what are they?
Perfect.
Well, with the Zen coming out, like in this, like, man, I'm imagining something juicy will be happening here. Like, I'll be getting a Zen build with an AMD and an Nvidia card in there.
Yep.
And freaking might even water cool the whole thing. Do an eBay water cool guide.
Hey, man, with the direction that Nvidia's been going recently, I may have to do an AMD build.
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything, at least not the CPU, but the GPU maybe. I don't know.
I mean, we're not touching on that directly, but we are testing, like, we're talking about this next topic. That'll actually kind of draw in with this next topic, the testing the GPU drawer at increased refresh rates.
Oh, yeah.
And
See, this didn't surprise me at all, I got to say right away. This did not surprise me. It's like, because, especially with NVIDIA, because they're like multi-display, multi-GPU power saving thing. It's also applied to higher refresh rates. So when you have the higher refresh rates, or if you have like multiple monitors, your cards don't downclock. So they're running at the stock clock speed all the time. There's a fix where you can go through NVIDIA Inspector and use their tool, but that hasn't worked for me for like 3 years. It used to work, where you could basically say, if my card's below 5% usage or whatever, you can set it to whatever you want, keep it at a lower clock speed, so it's down at like 300 megahertz or whatever. But like my cards right now, they're always at 1,000 megahertz constantly. So they idle at, like, my top card idles around like 53 degrees, which people think is like hot, but it's not a big deal. But it's always at that, because they're always at 1,000 megahertz. They never downclock like it would with a single. Like, if you have when you have a single GPU with a single 60 hertz monitor, your GPU downclocks when you're at the desktop because it doesn't need all that speed. But mine doesn't, because I have a Franken build, basically.
Yeah. Frankenstein, that's the word for today, guys. So get the competitors' products and mix them. So you've got an Acer and a Zeus monitor there, yeah?
I've got an Acer and I've got my Korean monitor, but It's really just comes down to having multiple GPUs and multiple monitors and higher refresh rates, so the cards just don't ever bother downclocking. It's just all of those things come together. Like any one of those things would be enough to cause it, but I happen to have all of them going on at once.
Shit, so you just got everything going on, and your power bill's like nothing because you pay nothing for power in the States.
This is true.
I don't really pay attention to it.
Yeah, that's the sad thing is in this country we don't. I can't remember the last time I cracked open a power bill to see how the rig was affecting it.
Well, it's like if someone told me this and they're like, okay, so it's your 144 Hz monitor is making you spend an extra $100 a year on power. It's like, okay.
Yeah, fine.
That's an expense I'd be willing to pay. I paid $800 for the fucking monitor. You don't think I'm going to pay $100 extra for power? Like,
so that's the thing. I pay 35 cents a kilowatt hour, so it'd be $500 for me, and that's when I'd start to say, okay, let's stop and think about this.
I still wouldn't think about it. Not for the whole. If it's for the whole year and you're not going to see it right away, like I don't have to pull $500 out of my pocket right now. I really don't care because I don't really look at it that closely, honestly.
Well, actually, yes. For me, it's actually more of a bigger deal because I just pay way more for power. Australians too. Aussies pay a lot for power. So
sounds like you guys pay a lot for everything over there.
Yeah, down under, man, everything's pretty freaking expensive. But power is just
they got to import the power, right?
We've got nuclear down there, man. Don't worry.
You're bringing in some good, juicy American power.
Yeah, just get that coal shipped in. But we already produce a lot of coal. But anyway, so back onto this. Basically, if the monitor, we got to explain to the viewers what's going on. So the monitor, the higher the refresh rate, the higher the idle power draw, which is crazy considering they're getting like 200 plus watts of idle power for 30, when they're testing the new Asus ROG. And for me, my power draw has always been good on my monitors, even when I used to have a 120 hertz monitor with my Samsung. So I'm curious as to what's going on. Is that the drivers lately? Has they been because you tested the drivers recently with that glitch, right?
Yeah.
So,
also, I'll update people on that really quick too. Is because I rolled back the driver. It turns out there was actually a hotfix driver that Nvidia had rolled out that it was apparently all came down to G-Sync. So they were saying people were actually being affected on single GPUs as well, but I didn't experience that. I tested on single GPU yesterday also, and I didn't have any issues there. So that's why I basically narrowed it down to SLI. But there's a hotfix driver out that you can get now. What's the number on it? It's like 358.59. That's the one.
Okay, so yeah, with these monitors though, they increase the refresh rate from 60 hertz to 120 hertz. It's like the power draw just scales with that. It's annoying. Like that'd be annoying for me because I like to save power, don't like to waste money. So yeah, not huge news. Like it's not like wow, guys, this is going to be life changing stuff. But it is important for people with who live in countries like I do, where you pay a lot for power, just to be aware of it. If you've got a higher refresh rate monitor. You might want to think about downclocking it if you're on the desktop a lot. And then when you play games, set that custom profile. I'm
just finding it hard to imagine the person that would be bothered by this that's going to be buying this $800 monitor. $800 plus monitor. I was just looking at this. My friend earlier was asking about 1440, 144 hertz monitors. We're looking in the UK. This thing is like 715 pounds over there. That's over $1,000.
Jesus.
That's true. That's a lot.
They get bent over there, man.
Well, so you want to move on to YouTube Red? Do you guys have anything more to add to that topic, or
no? Man, let's move into the.
Let's move on.
The YouTube Red. I'm kind of excited for this. I think it's going to wind up being good. For regular content creators that are uploading often.
Look, so much YouTube Red out there at the moment. There's so many articles. I'm sure Google is not going to shoot the people who get them the views in the feed. They're not going to shoot,
But it could benefit a group of people that necessarily aren't you. Like, what if it only is going to benefit, channels with 1 million subs and up? Those people are going to get, the top one, the rich are going to get richer, essentially.
Well, that's the thing. Well, if my channel does start, because I basically use my ad revenue to buy more hardware and whatever. So basically, you'll just start seeing videos where, I'm just, guys, the new iPhone 6S has been released. Oh, here's the specs. So you'll just start getting spec videos,
It's like I don't actually have the tech because I can't afford it anymore on YouTube Red.
guys, Intel's talking about a Skylake E, and Linus Tech Tips is reviewing it. Jay's 2 cents is reviewing it. Everyone else is reviewing it but me.
Yeah, links below in the description. Check them out.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's definitely
Links to their channels, guys.
there's definitely like two ways to look at YouTube right now. It's affecting, creators. It's also affecting consumers. For me as a creator, I think I'm looking at it as a good thing. For people that, I don't know many people are actually going to end up using this, or are actually going to pay for it. Or just, they're like, why would I pay to remove ads when I'm already using ad block? They're going to have to do something about that. If they can actually catch people using ad block and penalize them in some way or like block them, I don't know.
Yeah, see, that's a big concern. Is the ad block, right? Well, how does this work? People with ad block aren't going to sign up to this. They don't need to.
Yeah, because doesn't using ad block almost like if you're on a service that now costs money, aren't you basically committing a crime?
Yeah, you are kind of. Hey, that's how I would see it.
You're at least skirting like the terms, the agreement terms.
Yeah.
You'd have to be.
Yeah, and you're really not getting a lot there. You're basically getting rid of ads. There's going to be some exclusive content, which I'm not really that amped about. I really don't want to watch PewDiePie in a zombie show. I'm not really over the moon on that one. I got to be honest.
Oh,
Hey, bro.
It's not in the cards for me, no. But I signed up. I signed up for YouTube Red just because I wanted to give it a go, and they have a free trial for a month right now. But they also said that people that are on the free trial, if they, the people that they watch, they won't make any money off of their views. So if everyone opted in for this next month to be free right now, since it just came out today, basically all of YouTube would not make money for a month. That's pretty fucked up.
That's
Well, I think that's huge news. But yeah, like for me, honestly, how it's affecting me as personally, I don't really care. Like whatever happens, man. Like it's YouTube Red. I'm sure Google have redone their homework here. I'm sure they're not going to screw over a lot of their content creators. They can't have that, especially with Vessel out there, especially with Twitch. Like their competitors are getting stronger. They can't screw this up pretty much. So I don't imagine they would.
Yep.
Now that, like, with that being said, though, I mean, I don't really care. Like, a lot of people are worrying about it, I think, too much. So
yeah, I think a lot of people a lot of people are freaking out about it. I really don't think it's that big of a deal because if you're not going to opt into it, you're really not going to lose anything. Everything is going to remain the same.
Yeah. So, I mean, what about you, Badseed? What do you think, dude?
I mean, I think it's fear of the unknown. I think probably the reason why a lot of people are freaked out is because details for the content creators have been we don't really understand how it's going to affect the revenue stream short term and long term. I think if we knew more, if we knew what we were agreeing to, it'd be something different. It could be discouraging for the guy like myself who's got a small channel. I mean, we know the guys with 1.5 mil subs and up, they're going to be fine. But for somebody trying to get this thing off the ground, like, is this still a viable path? We just need some answers.
Well, they're saying a lot of people are thinking this is going to hurt smaller channels, but I don't know what they mean by a smaller channel because I feel like I'm kind of a small channel.
We are.
Even at 50,000, you're still kind of a small channel. I know some people look at that and they're like, "Oh my god, that's 50,000." It's like I'd be over the moon with that, and yeah, you would be, but compared to other channels, it's small potatoes, man. People with a million subs look at you like you're nothing.
Yeah, it's all
small change. It'll be interesting to see how it rolls over. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Look, if YouTube doesn't work out for me at the end of the day, I can go find a ton of jobs, man. I got the resume there. Don't really care. Walk into the interview like a boss. So
I'm just I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it works out. I mean, YouTube's ad revenue is such a small fraction of my monthly income that it's not really that big of a deal. But obviously, if you're a bigger channel, it would be. But at that bigger size, then you're meant to be benefiting more. So it really doesn't affect me right now, personally. Yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. When a channel gets to a certain level, and I hope we can talk about this without upsetting any of the terms of service, but I mean, your ad revenue from AdSense, that's not making up the bulk of the income from the channel, I would think, when you get to a certain level. I mean, you're looking at affiliate codes and referrals. You're looking at some corporate sponsorship deals. You got some different stuff going on.
Yeah, that's where the majority of it is. I know the majority of my income comes from Amazon affiliates. That's it. That's really
hell. I moved states just to be able to participate in the affiliate program. Missouri's blacklisted from Amazon's affiliate program.
Really?
Yeah, it's a tax discrepancy. Amazon felt like they were owed state taxes because they felt like the idea that there was an affiliate in that state constituted a physical presence, as if they had an office or a warehouse. And so the state's like, yo, Amazon, you owe us money. And Amazon's like, go fuck yourself. How about no?
Well, see, someone in the comments saying it's on minutes watched and see a lot of gaming channels. A lot of people just upload and spam uploads. I think they're going to be the guys making the more cash out of YouTube Red. So
Well, I think it's going to be people with long videos that people are watching. Like, there's like someone had said the other day, like, oh, the people that just want to go and like upload like entire TV series, like older shows that aren't copyrighted anymore. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go upload all the old Bugs Bunny episodes. You know, and just like
perfect time for me to start up a Disney Channel then, putting up all those,
those old
copyright-free movies, Pinocchio and stuff. Yeah,
all that old Disney stuff that you can't get copyrighted for or whatever. Just go start making a channel of just all the episodes of that, and people are going to, because people are going to sit down, they're going to watch the whole 20-30 minute episode, whatever it is. So, and you know, people that get by on content, you know, kind of like this, like podcast stuff, like Tech Syndicate, they, you know, they got a loyal following that watches like their full hour show every week. So they're going to do well, very well. I would think anyway. People with like long content, basically, that keeps you watching for the entire duration.
Yeah, like Tech Gaming Weekly, you know.
Yep, like TGW as well.
All right, so yeah, that's so YouTube Red. I mean, they've got, if you read the article, like they've got, though, if you've got other agreements, this is where it could become bad. So like ESPN apparently had to remove its videos from YouTube in the US. That's pretty crazy. So like, yeah, I mean, for me, like I don't have other contracts with other things, but I mean, would Linus, he's got a contract with Vessel, yeah? Would that affect, you know what I mean? Would that affect
you mean
him,
like a conflict of interest when you have an agreement with another hosting site like that? I mean,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what they're saying. I mean, this is, if you read this article here, it's like they're saying 55% is pretty low too when you compare to other services. I mean, it used to be 68%. This is the thing. I thought 68% was good.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then
obviously
and
it
then
dropped.
if you're with a network, you can lose another 10 to 30% or even more if you're with a network that's fucking hosing you. So like mine.
Yeah, like I just think 55% is a bit harsh now because, yeah, like I said, all the money I make on the channel goes back into the channel. So.
And also for anyone watching with YouTube channels, don't ever join a multi-channel network ever. They don't do anything for you. You can't do for yourself. That's my word of advice.
Oh man, I just started getting approached by a couple of these guys, and I just immediately shut it down.
Don't do it, man. I'm with what's considered one of the best networks out there, Full Screen. I had a 2-year contract. My contract was up this September, and I was planning to opt out because I'm starting to make a decent amount of money now that I was like, I don't want to give you my money anymore because you're not doing anything besides giving me free music, which I can pay for myself, which is less than you're taking. And they said, oh, sorry, you didn't give us 30 days notice, so you're in for another year. It's like,
wow.
Yeah. See, I had ages ago when I was like 700 subs or something. I joined this TGN or something. It's the game network or something.
TGN, they approached me so many times.
I was like, you know, we're going to promise you this and that and this and that, and like we're going to promise you increased revenue. Yeah, I joined up with them. And then anyway, if I found out that they're owned by another company who takes another 10% off the top of that, and I'm like, hey guys, my paycheck's gone down since my last month. And then they're like, oh really, what's the problem? It's like, I want to quit. Like straight up, I just want to quit this network. Like you guys just lying to me, you know. I'm not making.
That's what they
like,
do, man.
This is the thing. I made half of what I made.
Yeah, that's
with these guys.
It is, and they take a ton, man, and they don't. And they'll promise you the world in emails, but unless you get it in writing, they don't have to do jack shit. They'll say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna, you know, help promote your videos and all that." We'll get it in writing.
Yeah.
So if you're starting a YouTube channel, just stay away from multi-channel networks. Just stick with YouTube. Up your game. Yeah. All you got to do is up your game, and
you just got to look at what they're offering, and then realize that you could do that yourself.
Yeah,
it's like
loads of vlogs and blogs out there that'll tell you how to do all of it.
It's like a shitty independent record label. Like, kid, we're gonna make you a star.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, and they just take you for all your money and just leave you broken and dead in a hotel room with coke and hookers.
Which isn't that bad, all over again.
It's actually not that bad. We do like coke and hookers on this show.
There are worse ways to go out than that, for sure.
Cokes and hoes. So you want to move on to this next one here with the GDDR5X? This is pretty interesting.
Does someone, you want to take this away? Because I've been taking away every single topic beforehand.
Oh, yeah, man, because we're doing the tech, man. That's all.
Yeah, well, you can put that in my basket.
All right, well, I'll take this one and put it straight in my basket. Anyway, so basically AMD is looking to be using GDDR5X, which is a step up from DDR5, but not quite HBM. In their lower end GPUs on the next generation, so assuming like 480s, I'm guessing 480X and below, while as the higher end, the flagship cards, those will be on HBM2. So we can assume 8 gigabytes of HBM2 on the flagship cards, but this is going to be the 14 nanometer GPUs. So, and that's going to be using GDDR5X. So that's going to be interesting to see. We got some new details about the next gen AMD GPUs. We can kind of speculate on what we think is going to happen with that. What do you
Well,
think?
what's going to happen? I mean, HBM. This is just admitting that HBM2 is going to be in short supply. So, I mean, they're going to have to do something.
Nvidia
I
and
mean,
AMD is snagging it all up.
to be honest, though, with your low end and your mid range cards, you're going to be fine on just GDDR5. I mean, like just saying. So,
I was wondering why not first gen HBM.
yeah, well, I don't know. It's probably expensive, man. It'd be more expensive than GDDR5.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
'cause it's so new.
GDDR5's been out for ages, man. That shit would be cheap by now.
So
So,
this is basically DDR5's last leg before it eventually becomes desktop memory at some point.
but it will alleviate a little need. Say, for instance, those R9 390 or the R9 490 this time around you'll be able to utilize that VRAM a lot better than as opposed to this gen where you've got 8 gigabytes of it, but it's still not that big of a life-changing thing having 8 gigabytes as opposed to, look at the Fury X. It's got 4 gigabytes of HBM, right? So I think they're saying, all right, we need this stuff to be a bit faster so it can actually be utilized on the cards properly. And so I think GDR5X is the answer for those higher-end mid-range cards. So I think that'll be a good thing, especially if you're putting them in SLI or you're putting them in Crossfire. That's going to be a good thing. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's a good bridge, especially if there will be a HBM 2.0 shortage. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts. Plain and simple. It's a good thing, but I think it's and it's going to serve a purpose as well.
What about you, Bad
What do
Seed?
you got? Yeah.
I think I don't know. Honestly, I think GDR5 still got some length left in it. I think there's so much coming out with HBM. It came out AMD exclusive. We don't really know. We don't really know how it's going to manifest, and we're already talking about HBM2. We're already talking about GDDR5X. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what the next round of graphics cards is really going to be and how it's going to equate to performance. Right now, it's just a bunch of acronyms and shit being thrown at me, and until I see what it really translates to, I'm not going to know.
Yeah, a lot of the time, yeah. But I mean, this kind of news gets me excited a little bit, right? 'Cause we're dropping down to 14 nanometer and we've got some new tech in there. I mean, I think the HBM currently with only 4 gigabytes is a little bit limited, especially if you want to get 2 Fury X's, right? You've still only got a 4 gigabyte frame buffer there. So that's what people have to understand. So, I mean, yeah.
Yep.
What's the limit on HBM2? Do you know? Is it 16 gigabytes?
I think it's 8 gigabytes.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah. I think so. I might be
Little
mistaken on that. It might be 16 gigabytes, but I think it's 8. By the way, on this page here, I just clicked at the bottom. I saw more from the site is Sony is going to be releasing a mouse and keyboard. Just happened to see this just now. I didn't even know about this. Looks
Who's what?
Sony for PlayStation 3 and 4 is going to be releasing a mouse and keyboard.
Oh, yeah, like native?
It's right at the bottom of that page right there. It's at the last story on the right.
Oh,
Sony
click
to
that
release mouse
quickly.
and keyboard. Yeah, I did. I got it up. I've got it up, man.
All right. Well, this site, I don't know. This site, I mean, I linked you this site, but it's bugging out on my computer so hard.
Yeah, I've got it up here. It looks interesting. I mean, this is one of the things it's like Xbox One. I wouldn't get it for PS4 really, but Xbox One for for something like Halo, since it is 60 FPS, I would maybe consider it if I really wanted to play Halo. If it has mouse and keyboard support and it's like fairly low latency and it's not going to be like a controller.
Well, I mean, it's just giving people options. Like, I do want to jump on PS4 and play, like COD, for example, but I'm not going to because I'm on a controller. I'm retarded at FPS on a controller. This is the thing.
I can't aim with it. I cannot aim with it.
Yeah, exactly. Some people, like my brother's like, dude, I don't know how you play FPS with a mouse and keyboard. And I'm just like, really? Like, really?
I grew up on
what's the
controller.
play
It's got a completely different. It's like a completely different technique. You basically just line it up with the head and you sweep across them and pray for a headshot. It's not nearly as precise as a mouse and keyboard.
I could see that when I
like,
watch gameplay videos now. That if people are using a controller, I can tell instantly because I was like, you're not actually aiming. You're just putting the crosshair there and waiting for something to be in front of it.
Yep.
It's not
just
really
spray
aiming.
And pray, yeah. The old school Counter-Strike technique, spray and pray.
There you go.
It's trying to overcome those dead zones for aiming. It's just I don't know how I ever used to do it, but after gaming on a PCF for 6 months, I'd say, and then trying to go back to controller, I was just like, this ain't happening.
Oh, man, I remember the old school Counter-Strike days where people's mice used to bug out. You'd see someone on your team just start staring at the sky and just spinning around. So
They need to redesign this mouse. That thing is way too damn tall. I'm getting carpal tunnels just looking at that mouse.
Yeah, well, see, I mean, they should just allow people to make their own designs. That would be good. Like, I don't like exclusive crap in this case, especially a mouse.
Yeah, just
like,
allow me to plug in anything
No
with a
way.
USB. Just let me plug in a USB. That's it.
That's it, especially for the mouse. The keyboard, hey, go bananas. You know, it's a keyboard, right? It doesn't really fucking differ that much. But
Well, they got the D-pad
mouse-
on there below where the space bar will be, so your thumb could reach down for the D-pad. So that's pretty unique if they're going to need that on there. But I don't know why the fuck you need that when you've got a keyboard. It's
Yeah.
like this keyboard only has 2 rows of keys. Add a 3rd row of keys. We don't need a D-pad.
yeah, I'm buying this to get off a freaking controller.
Like, yeah, if I'm reaching for that space bar and now I got to come off of that to get to the D-pad, then I can't jump. So
Well, I mean, let's give them a chance, though. I mean, Sony did make the PS4 like $350. That's pretty damn cheap. So
yeah.
I think it's kind of cool that we're seeing the walls between console and PC come down. I mean, being able to play online between. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I play a lot of fighters, and I'm fucking stoked on Street Fighter V, especially being able to play with my buddies that are on PS4.
oh,
it's
really?
cool.
They're doing that?
Yeah, cross-platform online play. Same thing with Rocket League right now, right?
Yeah, it's good because also PC we just have like a smaller player base. Like even though more people are technically on PC, when it comes to playing online stuff, it's always harder to find matches on PC than it is on console.
Well, see, I was hoping they'd do that for COD. I'm really hoping they do that for COD.
I don't
Because,
think
yeah,
that'll
then
ever
I can
happen, man.
play.
They'll get fucking spanked.
Yeah, I know.
They'll
Like,
be
console
calling us.
boys will get spanked.
Even
yeah.
on Rocket League, they wound up splitting it up so you can set it if you want to. You could set it so you don't play with people with controllers on PC. So you only play with people with mouse and keyboards because they were saying, oh, well, controllers have an advantage here. And just with an FPS mouse and keyboard have an advantage.
True that, yeah. All right, do you want to move on to the next piece of news? Apple.
Oh, we got
Now,
the
the first
I got the
thing-
AMD thing. The Catalyst driver was up next,
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry, my bad.
and
yeah,
Apple's right after that.
All right, well, you take this away.
AMD is basically working on a new Catalyst Omega-like driver for release in November. So, really, that's about it. It's just they're working on a new driver. It's like, hey, man, you don't need to sing to the world about it. Just release a driver.
Well, the last release of the Catalyst driver was pretty good. I'm going to say it hit the market with a bang, and you did get some good improvements there. And I mean, especially with Nvidia sort of doing some weird stuff lately with their drivers, I think it's good that AMD's getting the image out that hey, our drivers aren't bad.
And it's quicker from the last one compared to what happened previously. I think they had to wait like 9 or 10 months between Catalyst drivers, but the last one came out I think at the beginning or middle of the summer, and now we're already looking to get one just a few months later. So a little bit, it's quicker for AMD, which is good. I mean, Nvidia is way faster than them still on drivers. You know, they have issues; they're of their own. It doesn't necessarily make it better, but I prefer to see more frequent updates personally.
Yeah, that's true.
So for a guy that doesn't know anything at all about AMD stuff, current gen stuff, a Catalyst driver is what? How does that equate to an Nvidia driver? Is that just like a regular driver
it's
drop?
like their GeForce or GeForce Experience.
Well, that's like basically like their like WHQL drivers more or less.
Okay, so it's not Catalyst doesn't mean anything like incredible.
No, it
exclusive,
doesn't
or
mean
super.
anything
It's
at
just
all.
like the name of it, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the name
just
of
the
it.
name of it. Yeah,
All right.
that's what I was saying. It's like the GeForce
Like
Experience.
the Omega thing, I have no idea what that is. Like their Catalyst Omega like driver, I'll be honest, I gotta claim noob here. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well,
It
it
means
should be
it's-
like
it's shrouded
Catalyst
in mystery.
Thor, Catalyst Thor, Medusa Omega.
They're gonna start code naming all of their
Release.
drivers now.
Yeah, like I mean, I should
What's
have
wrong
thought
with
they
the
just
number,
gotta
man?
call it.
Just put a number
They should
on
have
it.
just dropped the Catalyst and called it AMD Omega driver.
Why don't you just call it driver and then
Yeah,
put a
just a
number
driver.
after?
Driver's fine.
Driver 12.7. Okay.
No, it's not. It's got to have a bag.
No, call
You guys-
it something like 12.7 because then I know that is one better than 12.6. That
you
is, if you are calling it Omega and Lion and fucking and Palm Tree, I'm not gonna know which one to go to.
No, call
Yeah,
it the
that's-
Dragon. The
that's
Bruce
why I don't
Lee,
buy
AMD
Apple shit.
Bruce Lee.
I don't want to call my
AMD.
OS Snow Leopard or Giraffe Neck or whatever the fuck they're calling their OS these days. That's why I stick with Windows and PC.
Yep.
Well, AMD, yeah. Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, 15.9.
No, we're just
Sold.
we're just giving them shit. I know they have a numbering system also. We're just giving them shit.
Someone needs to call it the Chuck Norris driver. That's what they need to do.
So you want to move on
They
to
need
this?
to have a big picture of Chuck Norris when you install
It better have some serious specs if you're going to call it the Chuck Norris driver.
Exactly, with a
It better
roundhouse
do some
kick
shit.
on it.
Better just
That's
kill
it.
all of the drivers.
It better,
coming
it
in.
better have a roundhouse kick coming out of your monitor. So,
Yeah. So you want to come over to this Apple story here? They basically breaking massive records with their holiday
Okay,
quarter sales.
this is what I don't understand. Who's buying a new iPhone?
My
This is one-
my sister just got one, and I was just like, why?
crap.
Ugh.
Yeah, like Apple is just cleaning up off a phone that really is just the same phone since the iPhone 3. I mean, the design hasn't changed at all.
She got it, and
Like,
I threw an S5 in her lap, and I was like, here's a better version of that.
Yeah, but it's got a, yeah, sure, it's got a better camera, it's got a better processor, it's got freaking this and that and this and that. But I mean, how do people just consume like this, man? Like, do you like every day you're just buying new shit? You got a mortgaged up
Hey,
car,
man.
mortgaged up house.
I've been saying
Got to
this
get
for
my new Apple.
I've been saying this for a while, that Apple has basically, they've always been kind of slow to trickle out stuff, but they've gotten even worse after the death of Steve Jobs. They have done like zero innovation since he has left. Well, not left, but he passed away.
Well, they're really busy working on the movie licenses, so the tech's going to slow down, obviously.
And that new movie was not that great, honestly.
I heard it was.
I thought the Ashton Kutcher movie was better.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And I like the Ashton Kutcher movie. This one was okay, but it was kind of slow, and it wasn't a biopic. It was not amazing, but good performances, good writing, I guess. But
Well, I gotta say,
what I
like
expected.
Android, for me, Android now is just that good. I can do everything I need to do from an Android phone that I would never consider even getting an
I was
iPhone.
I was just thinking about this last night on my couch. I was like, this
So-
Android is like, it's a mini computer in your pocket.
Sure,
An
yeah.
iPhone, I feel it's like you're just like looking at all the restrictions, whereas like this is like I can customize anything on this. I can do whatever
Yeah.
I want. I run my YouTube channel from this when I'm away from my computer. Like YouTube Studio app, they don't have that on iPhone. It's not like this. I had a lot of trouble like managing my channel from an iPhone when I was using it, and as soon as I got
Yeah.
this, it was like, this is fucking king. I can go to the movies and fucking reply to comments and everything on the iPhone. If you hit you have to get an email, and if you hit reply, it just opens up the video, and then you got to go fishing through all the comments looking for a reply. On this, I just open up YouTube Studio, and I've got a whole page of just comments I can reply to. It's great.
Yeah. All right, well, so yeah, that's with the news here, but
And-
they're just cleaning up, man. They're cleaning up. They are
Massive
taking
sales.
money.
And I just want to
Yeah,
say
they
that guy looks like he's holding a massive iPhone in front of him, because that pink one in the foreground, it looks like he's holding that one and not the one that's actually in his hands. So it looks like he's holding an iPhone the size of a baby.
Well, no, he actually looks like he's in financial strain. Like, oh shit, I just bought one of these
I
things.
can't believe I'm wasting $900 on this bent piece of fucking aluminum. Because the iPhone on the left looks bent there. Maybe it's just the light hitting it, but it looks bent. To
I
me.
just paid Apple tax.
I'm looking at it. Why the fuck is it
They
pink?
need to
too?
get Apple appreciation tax at. So yeah, we got the next piece of news. We'll move on into the gaming news. So that's the tech news done.
Yep.
I'm
Yep. So first,
I'm sure I missed the topic, but it's still morning. I've still got an excuse. So
yeah.
and
Well,
I haven't finished my tea yet.
That's all right, man. First topic we got up this week, Just Cause 3. We got a little, I think it was a leak, actually. But the PC graphics options got revealed for Just Cause 3, so we got to look at these here. We don't have a full breakdown of what the options are in each one, but we could see got VSync, anisotropic filtering, resolution stuff, anti-aliasing, and they have it set to FXAA. And I hope that that's not the only one. I'm hoping we have SMAA in there, or MSAA, some more than, because
Really, only FXAA. See, that's crap. I hate FXAA.
It doesn't say just FXAA. That's just the only one we see there. We have to assume that there's a drop down. There's more options than hopefully anyway. Because if it's just that blurred shit, then yeah, you could count me out.
It's like every game I've tried with FXAA looks like shit. I don't know.
I'd rather
Is it just me?
I'd rather just turn it off entirely and then use like DSR.
I'd just rather use nothing over FXAA. Like, I'd rather use no anti-aliasing at all, as opposed to I'd rather have freaking jaggies.
Well, in here we've got water detail, LOD factor, shadow quality, SSAO, so no HBAO, motion blur, edge fade, global illumination, screen space reflections, and bokeh. But no, where's the texture slider? Where's the texture option? What about high ultra textures? No, just one texture option.
I think, is that going to
pretty
fall under the LOD factors, that like level of detail? Is that going to handle that?
No, LOD is lighting.
But you're saying this is a port, yeah?
I don't know if it was a port or developed in parallel. I want to say it was developed in parallel, but I don't know 100%.
See, I'd honestly say with
someone
the
in the
options
chat
like this.
might know for sure, but I don't.
Yeah, true.
But yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking at this from the mindset as if I was doing my performance reviews, looking at the graphics option, and I'm just like, where's the texture slider? Where's that at? That's nowhere to be found in here. I want to see more anti-aliasing. It says FXAA right now. Someone, okay, down in the comments, the first comment in here, someone actually put all of the different options. I don't know where he got this from, but anti-aliasing, it says off FXAA, SMAA, or SMAA 2 times. Nice. So we got SMAA, that's good. Then.
SMAA is the one that matters. That's if it's got SMAA, you're fine.
SMAA is king, but still no resolution. I mean, texture option. What the hell is with that?
I don't know. Who cares? Just Cause 3, guys.
I care. I want a texture option. That's absurd. That's a point off, man, when it comes down to performance review, even though I don't give reviews based on scores. But either way, that's a point off for me.
Joker's gone mad. He's gaming.
Nah, bro, if you're going to be making a PC game, you need to give me a fucking texture option.
Okay, guys, we got to move on to the next topic. Otherwise, he's going to go mad.
We could break out Angry Fat Guy if you want to, you fucking Aussie cunt. I'm just kidding.
Whoa. That's funny. You guys don't like that word in America. I heard that word is like you don't use it in the States. Is that true?
Yeah, that one's definitely. Yeah, that's a big no word.
Yeah, that's a big no-no.
Yeah?
But I know.
Yeah, well, see, in Oz, like everyone just uses it every day. You just call your friend that.
See, I know Brian's Australian, so he could take it. He knows I'm using it. I'm using it friendly. It's like same with my UK friends. You could just say cunt whenever you want. That's actually how the birth of the word slunt came about. Was all because of that.
Yeah, we just don't have that luxury here in the States.
Yep. I don't care. I still use it, and people get really uncomfortable. Could you not? And I'm just like, could you not? could you not? Could you not? That fucking thing. I just want to fucking kill you right now.
Kojima. Could you not, Kojima?
Exactly. Oh, I'm getting fuming over here, Brian, and other Brian. God.
Double Brian.
You're making me mad. There's no texture slider in this game, man. What the fuck? So anyway, you want to move on to this next one before I pop a blood vessel about this texture slider? So Arkham Knight got re-released today on the PC, and I know the Steam forums are fucking lighting up. People are already losing their minds about this shit. I downloaded the patch for it, 2.8 gig, but it looks like all they did was just add in the DLC from consoles and all that, and it's really the rest of it is just the patch from the previous patch, which wasn't amazing. It was better, but not amazing.
What about the performance? Like, is it still not playing well on SLI?
It's basically performing the way that it was a month ago, which is no SLI. It's using the default when it's set to the Nvidia recommended SLI profile is to use the second card for physics, which it then sits at around 5% usage. So I have 95% of a $700 GPU sitting there doing nothing.
Wow. So I mean, yeah, I don't know. Arkham Knight. Have you played through it all yet?
No, I played like 3 or 4 hours of it when the last patch got released, but I got so bored because of all the forced sequences in the Batmobile and how bad those sequences were that I don't even want to play this. It's such a shadow of what it once was with Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, man. Those games were great. Those games were
like legendary.
This game is fucking shit. It's not even as good as Arkham Origins, which was made by like a B team studio. This is the main studio.
I played Origins. And I like literally I got to the benchmarking portion and I haven't played it since. Like, this is true story. I'm fessing up. Like, I just punched a few guys and like, oh, this game's repetitive, boring.
You know, I never finished Origins because it played like the games you knew, but the story just wasn't there. It wasn't enough to keep you on the hook to keep playing it. See, Not like the first 2 games.
No, I agree that is the story, but I liked it for the boss fights. I thought the boss fights were great, and there was a lot of them. So that's I enjoyed that aspect, but I agree the story and the side content was not anywhere near Arkham City. Arkham City was, I think, unarguably the best of the series, and I don't see them returning to that glory, at least not after this. This is
they need PewDiePie to play Joker. Hey, bros.
God damn it.
I don't know. In my head, PewDiePie sounds like Mr. Hanky from South Park. Hey, how's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie. That guy, you know. It's like that's how I imagine him.
He'll just be a DLC boss.
Yeah, and also it has nothing to do with the fact that he is a piece of shit.
Wow.
No, he's not a piece of shit. He's not a piece of shit. He's just annoying as hell. He actually is a good guy. I know he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He donates loads of money
like
to
in real
charity.
life,
He's annoying as fuck.
Completely different to his channel, man.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's got the character for YouTube thing down pat. Like,
well, he invented it, man. He invented an entire genre of people that yell for 12-years-olds.
So I mean, man, I think he's done some really good things in real life that I've like at least I've read about.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I mean, I don't watch his content. I think fuck, you know, like how like I watched 1 minute of it. I was like, whoa, like what is this? You know,
It's
but like
sensory overload. I think you have to be like 13 to truly appreciate what he's doing.
Yeah, it's like my younger brother, who I just absolutely hate right now at his age. He's just, he's just like, all he does is scream like a fucking girl, and he watches YouTube channels that all they do is scream like a bunch of fucking girls.
yeah, but like I mean, as opposed to hating him, I don't hate. I mean, I envy him. Like the dude's freaking, you know, Ferrari, Bentley, YouTube car, YouTube fucking truck out every week. He's probably getting weekly paychecks from him. You know,
I'm sure. Him and Cliffy
Yeah,
B,
I mean,
like,
I'm sure he's not living check to check. He's got enough.
he's
No,
living
he's
the
fine.
life though, man.
Yeah.
He's doing it up, man. So like, I mean, good luck to him. Like
So
you know,
anyway,
I'm sure he's a good.
move on to this this next bit here. We got the new Star Wars Battlefront gameplay launch trailer came out. This is like the most detailed thing we've seen so far yet for Battlefront. I mean, we got to take a look at a lot of things, some new maps that we haven't seen yet. We got to see the Sarlaac pit was in this, Endor gameplay. A lot of this was like CGI though. And you could tell, like seeing some of the animations, you're like, yeah, the game, just so you know, does not look like that. They posted on Twitter like this part right here, Darth Vader coming through the door. And they were like, "Oh, how do you feel when Darth Vader comes through the door like that?" And I was like, "I feel like the game doesn't look like that, and you're lying to us." It's like, the game doesn't look like this, so stop lying. Except in maybe cutscenes that are pre-rendered, the game doesn't look like
And
that.
Solo looks way too young. That doesn't do me justice.
It looks
like-
weird because he's so old now. But I understand he looked like that back then.
Well, yeah, but it's like a cross between Michael Hutchins and the now Han Solo.
Oh man, I was dying at the beginning of this with the voice acting on the Emperor because he sounded like Kim Jong Un from Team America: World Police.
No,
wow.
The end of the Force is inevitable. Basically, that's what he sounded like. He sounded so bad, and people were already giving them shit about Darth Vader being the bad voice acting, the bad lines, like "You could not stop my lightsaber." It's like, come on, man. It's a cheesy line. It's cheese, major cheese. But the visuals and all that look good on it, but it's just all CGI, unfortunately. And there's no story, so it really doesn't really matter to me. It's just going to be that thing that I can't skip between matches.
So you're saying none of this trailer right here is rendered in game at all? This is all CG movie?
No, some of it is. Like some when they're showing like first person perspective running around, yes, it's
Well, yeah, sure.
But like there's a lot of stuff where they show like camera angles that make it look like it's suggesting that it's gameplay, but it's really not.
Yeah, that's the part that was kind of throwing me off when I was watching this. Some of it looks convincingly like gameplay, and then when it cuts to the real gameplay, you can totally tell the difference.
Yeah, it's just that, like the things when it's showing like Vader coming through the doors, like no, that doesn't happen in the game. Like there's like an alien dude, like that doesn't happen in the game. There's none of this that you could tell that that's not actual gameplay. But some of the like first person stuff running around with a gun, like yeah, that is gameplay. And
of course.
The game looks beautiful regardless. Boba Fett looking at right there. Yeah, the game looks good. So I don't know. I'm still looking forward to playing this game, even though I absolutely gave it a hiding in that video that I did.
Yeah, I mean, I
you
thought
did.
you were too harsh on it, dude. Like,
No,
I think you were too harsh on it. I mean, consider it was just a beta.
I was not harsh. It's the title of the video was harsh. The
Like,
content.
look, I haven't liked Battlefield titles as much as I enjoyed this. Like, I enjoyed this a lot more than Battlefield 4.
No, I think people just got really upset about that video because of the title saying 10 reasons Battlefront sucks. But if you listen to the video, I was pretty damn fair, and everything I said was true. People disagreed about the buildings on Hoth. That was a subjective thing, but everything else I mentioned were actual facts. Like, these are problems with the game that need to be fixed. And I gave solutions to how they can fix them as well. There's just a lot of people just wanted to jump to conclusions, and they heard that second point about the buildings on Hoth, and they were like, oh, thumbs down, I'm not watching the rest of this. He said there should be buildings on Hoth, and there weren't buildings on Hoth, and I'm just like, whatever, nerd. It's like,
Well,
whatever.
I think it's okay to criticize a game, separate of the fact that it's Star Wars. I think people are afraid to say something bad because they don't want to,
Exactly,
they don't want to speak against Star, like the holy grail of all nerddom of all time. But it can still be a lousy game or a questionable game.
Someone
and be a
needs
Star
to make
Wars
the
game.
meme with the guy drinking the tea. He does not speak out against Star Wars.
Yeah.
You can't speak out against your holy childhood, man. We grew up on this shit. Anything Star Wars is epic. End of story.
Apart from the prequels.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Hey man, even
Not
the
everything.
original trilogy is not off limits, man. The fucking the Ewoks sucked.
But even the prequels, you're saying, I mean, for me, episode 1, Darth Maul was epic.
Yeah,
Like,
Darth
you
Maul
yeah.
was epic, but the movie
Yeah,
as a whole sucked because here's the thing. Can you tell me what the plot was of The Phantom Menace?
Just to say that the Force is here.
There was no plot is the answer. There was no plot.
What do you mean? It was to
let me go ahead
establish
and answer
that
that
there
one
was
for you.
good and evil. Like, no, it was to establish that there was good and evil. That was all it was.
But there was no plot.
And to build Obi-Wan.
There was no arcing story in Phantom Menace. It was just a series of events basically describing how Anakin got to where he was. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, Jar Jar Binks kind of ruined that too. He did add to that. Like, we don't know. You were just going YOLO with the director here. Woo! Jar Jar Binks.
People in the chat saying, "Oh, it was only." People in the chat are saying it was just a beta. Yeah, it was a beta
Yeah.
a month before the game came
Yeah.
out. That's a demo.
That's it. Just a beta joke. Go
The
easy
only
on it,
thing
man.
that was beta was, server side testing. As far as gameplay is concerned, that's a demo. They're gonna do a few like weapon tweaks and balances, but for the most part, that what we saw, that's locked in. They got discs.
Yeah,
they got
see, I agree
discs
with you there. That's
discs
sort
are
of what we're
pressed.
seeing.
They're sitting in a box waiting to go to Toys R Us and GameStop, and this thing is ready to go, man. They're gonna do some tweaks here and there. Like, look how long they just fixed BF4 now. The game came out 2 years ago. DICE is notorious for
Sad but
slow
true,
patching
yeah.
games because they will not. They even though they could quickly patch on the PC, they don't. What they do is they have to release it on PS4 and Xbox One at the same time, and they have to go through strict approval processes for that. So then they make the PC wait along with those, so they can release everything all at once. And then the result of that is we get a patch like every 3 or 4 months, like a big patch. But then meanwhile, we're sitting there for 3-4 months with a broken fucking game. That's
But
DICE.
my experience, my experience with beta, like if you look at StarCraft, for example, or Warcraft 3, I mean, those games in beta, when they were released, they made some massive freaking changes to the game. And like, that's my image. Okay, beta's still got a chance to change a lot. But nowadays, unfortunately, you're touch and base with the reality, right? Like, this game's pretty much just ready to shoot out the window and ready to sell, make that money. And that's all it is, get that money.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, that's basically what it is. They're gonna make a shit ton of money off this game either way.
Yeah,
they
will,
It doesn't matter
so,
what we
yeah.
say. They're gonna make a shit ton of money.
Sure.
Yeah, but I agree. Like, I don't think a lot will change for Battlefront. And unfortunately, I thought there was some things that needed work, but I don't think it's going to change in beta.
Yeah, right now Disney and EA are laying in the cut. Just
So like,
fucking
this is
they're
what
just printing
the
ducats
boss
right
is
now,
going to
man.
be doing. He's just going to be in the mirror, like when it's released, just like just tweaking his necktie. Oh, yep, looks perfect now. Sweet. Get a big paycheck.
All the nerds are complaining. It's okay, more money for me. So anyway, let's move on from Battlefront. We got No Man's Sky. Are you of interest in this, Brian, at all? This game? You seen anything about Brian or Brian?
Yeah.
BadSeedTech can take it away. Yeah, he's the guest. You go.
I mean, it looks interesting. I haven't stayed way up on it. As far as what I understand, it's like open universe survival, and it's got some procedural elements to it. I mean, I don't know. It looks decent. I find it. I try not to get too hyped up about any game because it's always like I try to ignore it for as long as possible, and then like a couple weeks before I'll get into it. But one of the things I noticed coming over to PC gaming is my back catalog stays so big. It really takes an incredible game for me to stay dialed in. Like I'm simultaneously half-assed playing like 8 different games right now. I don't have that one that like I'm super obsessed about losing sleep over right now.
Yeah, I haven't.
But
had
I
that in a
want
wa-
that.
in a
But
long
I
time.
want that. That's what
Yeah, I
mean.
wouldn't
want
mind it
that,
either.
though.
What was the last one that really got you? The last one that got me was the original Borderlands. I put so many hours into Borderlands.
Divinity Original Sin.
Yeah. Me never went to nights back in like 2005, baby. Yeah.
Damn, you're long overdue, man. You're long overdue for a good one.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, like the new WoW expansions and stuff, I thought that would do it for me, but it just didn't. Like, I was just like playing, like, okay, rinse, repeat, grind,
Yeah.
PvP, rinse, repeat, boring raid bosses.
The selling
Like-
factor for this one is like that you can land on the planets. Really, I think that's really the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I
other
don't
thing
know,
is I don't
it
like the
kinda
visuals.
looks
though.
weird.
I don't like.
I
do not like the visuals of it at all.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at it. It just looks like a game where you're essentially going there, flying a spaceship, landing on a freaking what? Like, I think it just looks bad. I don't know.
I think what it is, I think it's like the level of detail and everything with the ecosystems and whatnot. Because what I'm reading here is like depending on what planet you land on, depending on how far away from the sun it is, that's going to determine the amount of life that you find on the planet. So, I mean, if you're the kind of guy that likes to get his head right and just sink a bunch of hours into an open world game. I bet there's lots of stuff to go.
Well, if you read the
just troll around and
comments,
see.
cloud-based game, my friend. I ain't playing this piece of crap. So,
It's all procedurally generated. The thing that get me to me is the visuals. They have all of that planet landing, and it's supposed to be more detailed than some other games. But like I have Elite Dangerous already, and that game looks gorgeous, and it's pretty much exactly like this, except it's based in a real universe, our universe. So that's cooler to me because I can explore it and I can go like over here and I can go visit Earth if I want, or go to Mars and go anywhere in the entire galaxy, and it's massive. And they're adding in things like planet landing, so I'd rather play something like that that's a little bit more realistic than this. This game looks a little cartoony to me, so that's why they lost my interest a long time ago.
Yeah.
But basically, we got a release date though, or release time, June 2016. A lot of people have been waiting for this game. It has a lot of hype around it. I'm just not really that sold on it because of
you're not getting on the hype train. Yeah, me too.
No, I don't like the hype train, man, because it gets off wherever it wants.
Yeah, well, especially now. There's just like, look, the gaming industry, there is so much money floating in the gaming industry. So creating hype is also creating sales.
Yeah.
And so you're going to see it anywhere now. Like, oh, this game's coming out. It's going to be the best game you've ever played. Last week, I read that this game was the best game I was going to ever play. So every week's the new best game you're ever going to play.
Yep.
It's true.
But unfortunately, it just doesn't hit that sweet spot. I don't know.
So last topic we got for the week is just kind of a cool little story. Steam hit its new record for most concurrent users at one time. Over 11 million people online at once.
Wow.
That's a lot of fucking people.
That's it. Well, you know what that means?
What's that?
It means see no evil, steam no evil.
You know, when I saw this, I remember thinking back to, I think it was like Black Ops 1. I remember when that came out on Xbox 360. I remember seeing 9 million people on it once playing that game. On the game at one time, just on that one
I
game.
can't believe CSGO, man. 670,000 concurrent users. That's insane. Like, I haven't played CSGO for ages. Like, I remember I bought CSGO, what, like 5 years? How old is that game? Remember I bought it for like $2 or something, $3. I'm like, okay, it's just CS, just with a new skin. Nothing's changed.
Like,
But it's still the most...
I can't believe there's 16,000 people playing Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Well,
16
Dota 2. See, I play Dota 2. I like that. So I'm in the game that comes second. But this is the thing, right? I'm going to take a look at these games, and I'm going to see to play these games at 1080p, what PC do you need? Because these are the most fucking popular games. But everyone's going on about you need a freaking high-end PC for, whatever's coming out.
Oh, no,
Battlefront.
It's CSGO and Dota and LoL.
The reality is a lot of people are playing these games, which you will get off on a 750 Ti. That'll max these games out at 1080p. Like, we're talking
not Arc.
probably
Not Arc.
okay. Yeah, not Arc, but I mean, we're
Nothing
talking
can
about
run
the
Arc.
easy. Yeah, I'm not looking at Arc. I'm looking at the easy to play, like Counter-Strike Global.
The top three,
Yeah.
Team Fortress,
Top three,
Dota,
that's what
and
I'm saying,
CSGO, and pretty much anything can run. That goes back to, I think we said this like 6 or 7, it was many weeks ago, where I was saying that CSGO and Dota are popular because anyone can run them. I still think that that's true.
Yeah, League of Legends too, man. That's even bigger than Dota 2. I think what would that be? Current players, like 1 million? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got to be
huge.
Yeah, I mean, between that and Dota 2 and CSGO, you're looking at close to like 2.5 to 3 million people.
And that's what I mean. These games run on potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. Like, literally, you pull a potato out of your fridge, hook it up to a monitor, and you're playing CSGO.
No, with a potato controller.
Yeah. So, I mean, so that's the truth, though. I wouldn't mind doing a video on that. What do you, make a little cheap PC and see how it can run these top 5 games on the internet. Not just for Steam.
Here's the challenge: do a PC build for under $200 that can run CS:GO.
Yeah, that's what I think too. And you can use second-hand parts or not.
I don't know.
With a budget like that, you'd have to open it up to second hand.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, you'd have to open up to a second-hand soon.
I know.
like PSU.
Brandon Top 10 Gamer did one recently, a really cheap one. I think he did it under $200, and it ran CS:GO like over 30 FPS. And I think he bought all new stuff, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. He'll have to let us know.
How the hell do you get it? You couldn't even put it by the motherboard.
He'll have to let us know in the chat. But I don't know. He did, dude. This he's a bargain hunter, man, and he will scrounge through all the he counts in rebates too. Like he'll find some sick rebates and everything.
Well, I mean, for $200, man, that's stretching it. Holy moly! Like the cheapest build I've done has been like $300, and that's no case. That's just
There you
like
go.
put your
He said
motherboard on a book.
$150 build. He said he did it.
Wow. See, I just put my motherboard on a book and have no case. Like, screw the case. If you're on a budget, screw the case. And if your cat gets electrocuted, too bad. You got dinner. You know?
I'm asking Brian in the chat. He said it was a $150 build. I want to know if he did it, if it was all new parts. I want to know if it was. I think it was. I'm pretty sure he did use all brand new parts. Yeah, all new parts, and I don't think anything was off eBay. It was like all Amazon stuff.
So the verdict of the last article is that Gaben's getting more richer.
Oh yeah, Gaben's stacking up coins, man. Especially all those Steam controller sales. Like, you know, he's doing good. Everyone's buying that Steam controller. I think.
Well, there you go, guys. Gaben's getting more rich. Okay, so we'll go to the comments then for questions. Yeah, I mean the main gist of the show is done. So, ladies and gentlemen, ask your comments. You can send it to Twitter at the moment if you want to get me on a direct line. Tech Yes City at Twitter. Or Joker Slunt, is it? Joker Slunt, yep, that's your Twitter name. Or Badseed, what's your Twitter handle, dude?
BadSeedTech, piece of cake.
Yeah, BadSeedTech. So yeah, go if you want, ask questions in here. If we don't see them, hit me up on Twitter. I got my smartphone right here.
Yeah,
So,
don't ask me questions. Just ask them. Just kidding.
okay, so yeah.
I'm gonna bring up the Tech Gaming Weekly Twitter, which never gets hit up at all.
Never gets any love.
Yeah, that's it. No one loves us anymore.
No, it only exists so that I can tag it in posts.
But I noticed our current viewers, like people watching this live's going up. Like this is 140 viewers. That's huge. Like
yeah, man, we're starting to increase week by week. We're trying to get in there. And also,
yeah, well, they came to see you, man. They came to see BadSeed. They wanted him. Like people want you to go over to their house and steal your girlfriend, man. Like steal their girlfriend.
See, he's got that Z170 in the background there, that EVGA board. How are you liking the fact that it has no USB 2 headers?
Actually, that classified does have USB 2 headers.
Oh, does it?
For the Win does not.
I thought it had 2 USB 3 headers, but no USB 2.
No, it's got USB 2. I actually looked at it last night after I saw Jay's video, and it's got, sure enough, 2 USB 2, 8 USB 3, 2 USB 2.0.
Oh, nice.
That would be that's just a subtle difference between the classified and the For the Win.
And an extra $200.
Yeah, hey, if I had paid for that, I'd definitely be using that. But
see, I think you definitely need 2. Like you still need. I think you need 2 USB 2 ports still on the back, just for in case.
Let's see. Strange Goat wants to know if you guys have tried the new release of Arkham. Not yet. I just downloaded it right before the show, but I haven't played it yet. I'm going to try it tonight, and if I think it's interesting enough, if enough has changed since the last time I did the patch update, then I'll make a video on it tomorrow. Let's see here. Yes, we are live on YouTube Gaming. Yeah, that's actually a big reason, like why we're getting more people. Actually, I started categorizing the show as gaming instead of tech, because then we show up on YouTube Gaming. Yeah.
we really pack it in.
Oh wow! So we're like taking advantage of the YouTube gaming hype train. So people are like browsing and they're like, okay, we'll watch these 3 guys.
Well, yeah, and based on YouTube Gaming, I mean, you can go on there, man. Like the top Dota 2 stream has like 5 people viewing it. So right now we're pretty much it, man. We're pretty much like the most watched thing on YouTube Gaming right now, probably because it's that bad.
So we'll watch the carry. We'll watch the carry and the
Only
suit.
because it's that bad.
Yeah, we'll watch the carry and the suit and those 2 support.
Yeah. So someone wanted to know, what is the opinion on indie game developers in general? I don't really know. That's a bit of a broad question.
Yeah, it's a really broad question. I like I like a lot of the developers that Devolver is handling. I like a lot of those little games, man. A lot of them are like throwback, restyled NES games. I have a good time with those. Hotline Miami, I thought was outstanding.
Yep.
Broforce, I'm having a great time with. Loving some Broforce. It's been out for a super long time on early access. And Satellite Rain. Has anybody checked out Satellite Rain yet?
No.
It's like it's made by the same guys that did the original Syndicate for PC and Syndicate Wars. These are the guys that they all had success in their individual fields. They got back together. They created this game that was supposed to be it's what Syndicate would be if it were released with today's technology. And they did it themselves with a crew of 4 designers. And it's outstanding. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be reviewing an indie title this week at some point, or getting a code. It's called Poncho. It looked. They asked me if I wanted to check it out. I looked at it, and the videos looked good. It had good music, good art style. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. And then also another indie studio that I've been talking to is Winterbite, who's working on a massive open world RPG in Unreal Engine 4, and I've been in early talking with them. I haven't seen a single thing about the game yet. except for what they've told me. So I'm kind of just going on their words. But for everything they said, it sounds really cool. So I'm all for indie devs if they could put out something good. Like Larian Studios did Divinity last year. Fucking awesome game. Got my game of the year. So I'll definitely support indie devs if they keep putting out unique titles that people want to play. Because
I got to check that game out. So many people speak so highly of that game. I have to check it out.
Well, dude, they just released the enhanced edition for everyone on PC with full voice acting added in for free and loads of other stuff added in for free. You know, if you like, why is this indie studio who was kickstarted able to do this for free, but some big rich publisher needs to charge you fucking another $40, $60, whatever, for you to get the enhanced edition? It's like, this is being done right. The dev's doing something right.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we got
All right,
asked when are we doing a drunk tech gaming live event? Drunk.
Is that the thing to do now? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
That's if you want to do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah,
I would
don't
do
know.
a live stream. I wouldn't do the show drunk. I'll do a live stream gaming drunk. That's about it.
I did.
Like
I
I'm
did
not
a-
gonna. I'm not gonna go to drunk. I'm not gonna go to work pissed, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I did.
I don't want to get fired. Like,
I did the
just
GTA
go
5
rocking, you know.
GTA 5 launch. I did a drunk stream. It was fun.
Yeah.
I probably won't
That's
do it
what-
again.
I'd do that, but I mean, like, I wouldn't. Yeah, like I got to go to work after. I'll be like greeting the kids and like, hey, bro, you're all red. Yeah, how you going? Yeah. Oh, you look like you're legal. Just let's go in the shed. You know.
Wow.
People are asking about Overwatch. I didn't get invited to Overwatch. Did you guys get any invites to Overwatch yet?
What's Overwatch?
You were on
Nah,
a
I didn't
gaming weekly show and you don't know what Overwatch is.
I'm just joking, man.
Okay, so what's
I'm joking,
Overwatch?
joking.
No, he's not.
It's a game.
Who makes it?
All right, so far so
I don't
good.
know.
Okay, so Brian doesn't know what Overwatch even
Google
is.
faster.
I haven't gotten a beta code yet.
Watch this, brother. Watch this. I'll tell you all about it after a little search in Google.
Look at that. Get him go.
Yeah. No, I just gotta re-stretch my memory. I remember we talked about it before, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just got invited to something. I got to pull it up and see.
It's
what
a
it is.
Blizzard, yeah, Blizzard's game, yeah. We talked about it already on the show, like.
Well, they
the
got a beta,
Blizzard
they got
FPS.
a closed beta going on right now. It's pretty big, but I didn't
Yeah,
get an
you've.
invite.
Well, with closed betas, it's random. Like they'll invite you off your email. You sign up for it, and you just get picked at
It
random.
wasn't even a sign up. It's just if you have a Blizzard account, you have to basically they don't even email you. You just got to go to your Blizzard account and check your game titles, and if it's there, then you have it. If not,
Yeah. Well, I was looking forward to this, so I'm going to be playing this. I mean, I thought Heroes of the Storm didn't do it for me. Like, I liked it, I played it, and I got into it, but then I just didn't see the replayability of Heroes of the Storm. It was just like, for me, it just felt like, you know, it's too dependent on your teammates. If your teammates are trash, you're going to lose. You know, at least in Dota 2, you can kind of carry, you know what I mean? Like,
yep.
if you you know, even though it's very team dependent, it's still with Heroes of the Storm, your teammates are bad. Like you got you got shit chance of winning. So
I guess we could do one last question because we're coming up on 6:45. Almost time for you to go to work. Chris Winley wanted to know what is your favorite graphics card of all time. So I guess we can go around the horn with that one. We'll start with
Oh shit.
start with BadSeedTech.
I mean, it's a 980 Ti. Is it really that shitty to just pick the fastest, newest one? That's my favorite
No,
one.
because that's my
To
same.
be
That's-
honest-
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
like that's the thing. If money's no object, yeah, 980
Well,
Ti.
I think
the
he
980
means
Ti
like the
was a
most
beat.
like what was the most memorable GPU of basically I guess of GPUs ever. For me, I guess it would have actually been the most memorable for me was like the 9800 GT because I remember I got that card and that thing just lasted forever. Like,
See,
it
I'm
just-
going to go
it just
back to the
went.
Raidon days with the 90. They had a 9800, yeah. That was awesome. Like I remember getting that in World of Warcraft, and that was freaking epic.
Yep.
All right,
So
if
I'm
we're
going to
going-
say that.
if we're
Like
going most
way back.
memorable-
I forgot how many years this is. I like what 2000 something.
I'm going to take it back a little further than that because the first one that absolutely blew my mind was the Voodoo Effects card, which I paired up to a Matrox Mystique that had a whopping 4 megabytes of onboard video memory.
Oh
And,
shit.
So seeing 3D acceleration for the first time, like watching Quake go on like OpenGL for the first time, is mind blowing, dude. The frames per second were insane. That was probably the most impactful I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
When it was back on CRTs where frames per second didn't really matter as much because it was just the frames are just gonna fly, man. It's just like you're gonna see all of it. If that's running at 800 FPS, you're gonna see every fucking frame of it.
Yeah.
Those were the days when my tower was like 5.5 feet tall that sat next to the desk.
Yep.
When I got my
Page.
5852, that was pretty iconic. Like I got my 5850 2010, and I just broken up. See, that's when I just broken up with my XX, and I was just like, yeah, gaming, like freaking partying. It was just the dream.
Yeah, mine was it was the dual 9800s to run Crisis 1. That was what it was, and it just melted faces, and it barely got like 40 FPS. But I would have people come around the house that were like console gamers. I was like, "Come here, you gotta see this. You gotta see this. Just come." I'll just like sit down and like a mouse and keyboard. What is this? I'm just like, just look at the fucking game. Who cares what you got to use? Just use a mouse and keyboard.
Man, I swear, Dota 2, I'm on the road to 5K too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the road to 5K. Once I get to 5K, I'm gonna be like, I did it. So. That's just like, apparently that's like pretty good level. Like if you're 5K, you're like pro level.
I'm over 9,000.
So I'm going to get to that. No, you're not. They don't even have a 9,000 ready to play out. Derp.
Oh, I'm over 9,000. I didn't say 9,000. I'm over 9,000. Anyway, though, let's wind it down here for the week.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Other Brian, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
That's what we have to call you, is Other Brian. Be sure.
Other Brian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out his link at the top of the description down below, guys. Good episode this week. We'll be back next week again, Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern, same time. Same place.
Do you want to close out? Yeah,
Same
Brian, do you
tech.
want to say something before we go, man?
What? Oh shit! What do I need to say? Thanks for having me. Yeah, appreciate you having me on. This is it's good. It's been a fun ride so far. Hopefully the channel just keeps growing, and I think the biggest thing for me is just the sense of community, man. I think it's awesome that, I don't know about you guys, but I know a shitload of people, and I know maybe 1 or 2 people in the entire world that would care about what kind of graphics card I bought. So being able to bring all the community together with some people that actually understand what you're up to and can appreciate that and share their own shit, it's awesome. It's been a really fun ride. I appreciate everybody.
I will say before we go, the reason I got into tech was to get away from idiots. So that's just why I like branching into the tech community. Like you can actually have discussions with people about things that will spark an interest in your brain. Like, like in real world, like I go to work today, I'm going to talk to some people. So they'll be like, yeah, the weather's good today. Yeah, the weather's good. Like, fantastic.
Hey, see that game last night? About that game, huh?
Yeah. I see that drama on TV. Yeah.
Yes,
it's just mind blowing. No, you know what I mean. So that's why I enjoy being in tech, because you just hear with people who, I don't know, I enjoy intelligence.
Yep. And be sure to go click Brian's link right at the top of the description box. BadSeedTech, go check him out. If you click that link to his website, it just redirects you right over to his channel, and then slap that sub button when you get over there. But we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We'll take you out with the outro, which also happens to be the intro, because everyone loves it so much. And we'll catch you next week. Ta-da! Ta-da!
Yeah, nice. Good time, guys. All right, back to work. I gotta run my store.